looking then at the Oregon law itself and saying that that's an answer, it implies that you have to trust that the medical system is going to be responsive to people. And what has been the case so far is that the majority of national disability organizations have lined up behind Not Dead Yet, including the National Council on Independent Living, National Spinal Cord Injury Association, and others, because we have a lived experience of being devalued in the healthcare system. Really, by and large, the assisted suicide movement is a movement of very privileged people who have confidence that rules will be followed. But in fact, if you look at what's happened even in Oregon, where the reporting is essentially voluntary because there's no enforcement going on regarding the Oregon law, variations and deviations from the criteria don't get a response. There's no prosecution or enforcement going on, but simply the voluntary reporting of doctors who basically are saying the reasons that people are giving for wanting to die are about, they'll say they've lost their dignity or they feel like a burden on family. But these are social issues. They're not really medical issues per se, and so including the fact that some people have not been terminal.
Yeah. Let me follow up with this question to you, Ms. Coleman. California, as you said, is the current battleground, but I guess where do you see this playing itself out? And how will you and your organization and supporters fend this off in the legislature?
Well, actually there have been some really strong advocates there. Leading the charge has really been the Disability Rights Education and Defense Fund, and many others that are trying to basically sound a word of caution. This is a healthcare system in which doctors are now increasingly overruling patient choice to have life-sustaining treatment and telling them that they can't have it under futility policies that have been pushed by the AMA for the last decade and are getting particularly notorious in Texas, where they can give you a 10-day notice and you're dead. But those policies are actually in place throughout the country and show that the medical system is prepared to involuntarily deny medical treatment to people. So is that really a system in which we want to introduce some kind of, medical treatment, some kind of routine where doctors can provide a lethal prescription? We think not. And I want to be really clear that Not Dead Yet does not dispute the right of people to refuse unwanted medical treatment or even to commit suicide themselves. What our concern is about bringing in third parties, especially the healthcare system, in which we all have to live and function, because the reality is already with the right to refuse treatment that many healthcare providers look at someone and expect them to do the same thing, refusing treatment, that the other person like them did and get out of the way. And we hear so many stories from people being told that they need to let go because they're of their family, or families being told they shouldn't have their relatives suffer any longer. The pressure is on in a big way for people who are expensive healthcare users to end it. And that's the environment that we're in right now, and it's what we're concerned about. If people want to do their own suicide, that's their own business. But don't take the healthcare system we all depend on with them.